Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we're taking a look at some of the action over the last 48 hours, including Olympus Dao. What a big drop they've had very recently. We'll dive into exactly what happened there. We've got updates from Moonbeam, also Astar network on Polkadot, plus some NFT news and Terra LUNA. So if you enjoyed that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out the pinned comment down below. Join us over on Patreon. Let's jump right on in here. So what has happened with Olympus? You may have seen that there's quite a lot of memes and fun being poked at OHM holders right now due to the fact the price has pretty much been going down only over the last few months. And late last night we had this event going from around 160 bucks all the way down to $100 pretty much at its lowest, setting in a new all-time low for Olympus Dao. Now this is obviously not very good if you are in this particular DAO, but it's also had a knock-on effect on other DAOs as well. DAOs in general not having the best of times at this moment. So why is this down 30%? Well, someone dumped a large holding here. So one of the real whales in Olympus here, and he goes by LSK or at Shotter SK here. He's de-risked a load of his OHM. So he put, de-risk some of my OHM to ensure my family can weather any economic outcome, remaining risk on with the rest indefinitely. That is with regards to his other bags. And of course, when you have a large transaction like this, it's not very difficult to track down their wallet. So this guy here has posted it, Mick Hagan, and he says, ouch, Shotter SK, that's not very 3-3 of you. And that references Olympus's kind of motto to just hold strong, hold onto your cryptos, let the rebase do its work, and then you can take profits maybe out of your staked OHM, so the newly generated OHM there. But this guy's dumped his whole bag. So let's have a little look at Etherscan here. What did he do? He dumped 82,500 OHM at a cost of around $11 million. So he profited 11 mil, took that out of the market here and dumped his entire bag. You can jump into his wallet, just clicking on that by there, and then you can see his other bags here. So that is the swap that occurred down here for $11 million in DAI. You can see the DAI is in there now, pretty much emptied the rest, and he's got some staked tokens in here as well, including Butterfly. So having de-risked the OHM bag here to ensure family can survive economic outcomes, I'm not sure if that's a little bit of a cop-out here, but this is a free market. If you're a whale, you can disrupt price by dumping like this. But clearly he chose a bad time to sell. Pretty much looks like the bottom on OHM, and he's pretty much created the bottom at this point. So the debate will roll on for that. But this guy holds a lot of the Butterfly token. And if he holds a lot of the Butterfly token, selling a load of OHM and dumping the price of that causes the Butterfly token price to go down, as the OHM treasury owns a lot of Butterfly, and Butterfly also owns a lot of OHM. So this caused a crash in the Butterfly price here, and thus his bags as well, his remaining funds in crypto also went down by a large percentage as well. So drop a comment down below. What do you think about this? Is this a potential cause for concern as a Butterfly holder at this point, due to the fact we've still got this guy in and he's clearly just dumped OHM, so maybe he'll do the same here? I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Now next up, we're looking at Terra and the Luna token. So now sitting at around $82. But over the weekend, we actually put in a new all-time high for Luna versus Bitcoin. So Sunday the 16th of January 2022, it peaked at 203,000 Satoshis. That is a new all-time high in its BTC comparative, just eclipsing 202,000 back at the end of December. So a new all-time high versus BTC, not versus the US dollar. That still remains at around 204 bucks. But Luna looking super strong here, even with the market in some uncertain territory. So we had some marketing done on our behalf by USDT here. So Tether actually blacklisted some Ethereum addresses, 3 in total, holding a combined $160 million worth of the stablecoin asset. And as Do Kwon points out here, there is no blacklisting key for UST. This shows how centralized USDT is. They can literally shut down your wallet. Whereas on UST, with a decentralized stablecoin, this cannot be done. So this further emphasizes the need for decentralized money in decentralized ecosystems. And what is redacted? So this has been hot on the lips of many in the Luna community. what the heck is this redacted that so many people are talking about? We're seeing it mentioned in loads of tweets here from Nicholas Flamel, for example. Luna profit takers will buy back higher when redacted is announced. We might see Luna move like BNB Q1 of 2021 after redacted is announced, and all of these hints towards a big redacted comment. So let's see what this is. So Doe posted a picture here, and lfg.org, which is a website with a similar kind of backdrop to this. This kind of looks like a debit card potentially to me. You got the Luna sign and then this orange background. And so speculation was highly rampant as to many of the different reasons behind this. So one of them is potential of a further partnership with Busan. This is one of the Korean cities, and they have an already established partnership with Luna, but there could be additional things to come from this. So some suggest redacted news is that Korean city of Busan has partnered with Terra LUNA as part of its fintech project called Dongbakjeon. And this is a blockchain-based local currency, which according to one recent article has 800,000 users and is looking for a new operator on a 3-year long-term contract. And that's their logo for this. So that makes a little bit of sense as it looks very similar. So this could be a Busan partnership update here. It also could be Bitcoin reserves. So another suggestion is that money will be spent here on buying Bitcoin to use as a reserve for the UST stablecoin PEG. And we did see an increase in the amount of Luna circulating supply over the last few days. Roughly 2.5 million Luna were minted. And there's a bit of talk around what that could be for, and this could potentially be the reason here as well. So we have two pretty firm candidates there. We're also seeing MasterCard announcement for Cash DeFi already. So some speculation that this will also be a related move to the Terra ecosystem overall, not just Cash DeFi. Again, with this already being announced, I don't think it will be that one. And then some speculation down here that it could be another exchange listing, potentially that of Coinbase. But it does seem that redacted, whatever this may be, will be formally unveiled during this next week. So all eyes on Twitter to see what that is. I know we've all been frantically scrolling around to see exactly what this major update will be, but onwards and upwards for Luna. Then a few updates here. DeFi wise, Crypto Gucci provides some awesome updates. So just a brief overview in DeFi this week. Zerion, so this is one of those applications. It's like an inbuilt wallet, swapping protocol, earn, borrow, lend, all of that stuff. It's announced a multi-chain bridge, and we're seeing bridges really pushed into the forefront here. We know over on Phantom, Danielle and Andre have something big coming, utilizing multi-chain, which used to be AnySwap, as a back end. And if you go and look at various cross-chain swapping protocols right now, most of them are going through the roof in terms of their price point. So the multi-chain future is certainly an area of the market and a narrative to keep your eye on. So Zerion moving on that once again. Uniswap V3 is now the highest volume DEX on Polygon, overtaking QuickSwap. Lux, the Lux rare token listed on FTX exchange. DYDX protocol says a V4 will be fully decentralized after some concerns over centralization, and Near protocol raised $150 million for its DeFi fund, amongst other things, led by 3 Arrows Capital. We looked at that on Friday. So this week in NFTs, a little bit of a thread here. OpenSea did 3.3 billion in volume in January, which is incredible. We're seeing the NFT space pick right back up once more. The likes of Fluff Worlds went from a floor of around 1 ETH up to around 6.5 ETH in a matter of 1 week. Lux Rare goes live with their Lux token and airdrops to us. Covered that last week as well. Red Lion, this is a good place for NFT news to give them a follow. They've released their latest gazette. Immutable hits $100 million of NFT trade on a gas-free environment. There was a wash trade of a 15,000 ETH trade for a Meebit, and Bored Apes go to a 83 ETH floor. Incredible, incredible stuff. Lux Rare token up to around $5 here. So this is continually pushing forward. Market cap now $644 million. Now this is the first genuine competitor we've seen come for OpenSea. As we just saw, OpenSea did 3.3 billion in trade in January alone. And we're pretty much only halfway through the month. So clearly the NFT marketplace is super lucrative to be involved with. LuxRare has undercut OpenSea by 0.5% on their sale commission, and all revenue generated by the exchange goes back to Lux token holders. So this is really the epitome of Web3, and I do think this has a good chance of doing very well. But getting people to change their habits of where they trade is going to be quite difficult, but clearly they're incentivizing this highly right now, and it seems to be working. A lot of people are buying into this token. There was a bit of a dip over the last couple of days. You can see there's some big price fluctuations. $3.98 to $5 in 24 hours is pretty crazy, but the chart is looking pretty damn bullish there. If we look at this, they posted a little bit of a comparison for you. So LuxRare versus OpenSea. The buyer below got $3.5 grand in trading rewards, whereas on OpenSea, they would have got 0. So they break this down here, and the seller also saved $1,500 in fees and got 3.5K in trading rewards. That's 5K plus more than they would have had if they just traded on OpenSea. So clearly a competitive advantage. So this is a sale of a Bored Ape here, 91 Ethereum in value, trading fee plus the royalties, so a total of 5% on OpenSea versus 4.5% on LuxRare. So the Bored Apes have a 2.5% royalty fee plus the 2.5% commission on OpenSea is 5% in total, 2.5% Bored Apes, 2% only on LuxRare, so 4.5%. So a difference in saving there. And on top of this, there's no trading rewards on OpenSea, but they got around 1,800 Lux as a reward for trading on LuxRare. So if you're the buyer in this scenario, you just bought a Bored Ape, that's all you got on OpenSea. You do the same transaction over on LuxRare, you get the NFT, but approximately another 3.5 grand in the Lux token. That's now over 4.5 grand as of filming. And the seller gets around $289,000, 86.45 ETH. But if they did it on LuxRare, 86.91 plus some Lux tokens overall. So they actually gained an extra 5K. So you can see why people would migrate over here. So I don't think that this is necessarily a flash in the pan. I think there's more to it, and the rewards are pretty damn healthy. So all you have to do is get your Lux, stake them. They then auto compound, so the amount of Lux you're getting is going up continually. The APR is 358%, plus you're getting all of the trading fees distributed to you pro rata, depending on how many Lux you've got staked. The more you got staked, the more wrapped Ethereum you're getting in rewards. So you're getting paid for holding this token, not only in this token, but also in Ethereum on top. So I think this is a very powerful value proposition, and we will see, as the NFT market developments, we're going to see developments in the marketplaces. And I think this one's putting its hand up and saying, look, we're here, come and use us, and you will get rewarded. So as the general crypto markets and the altcoin markets are a little bit sideways right now, we typically see the NFT market flourish. This could be a good opportunity for LuxRare and the Lux token. Then a quick thread here on Moonbeam. So many people very excited by this one. It is the EVM compatible chain on Polkadot. So this means that you can migrate an EVM, so an Ethereum based dApp, over onto the Moonbeam network and take full advantage of the Polkadot ecosystem. Very, very low fees, pretty much 0, and you can get that interoperability with everything else within the Polkadot ecosystem and anything that it decides to connect towards. So a little bit of a biased thread, as Bruno is from the Remark, the NFT project over on Kusama, but nonetheless he makes some really good points within this. So he talks about what makes the Moonbeam launch special. He says it marks several special types of update. Proof of parachain utility, proof of substrate superiority, proof of cross-chain messaging, the viability of that, and the importance of branding. So he's going through these here. We'll quickly read through these. So proof of parachain utility. So Moonbeam's launch is a production environment, brings into reality the first useful and usable parachain with a wealth of projects lined up to launch on it. It makes the parachain vision a reality, sobering up everyone to a new layer 1. Bringing us over to proof of substrate superiority. And by demonstrating that a scalable and fully fledged Ethereum alternative can run on top of substrate while also being proof of stake and having on-chain governance, something Ethereum can only dream of, Moonbeam tilted the scales for good. On top of this, we have proof of cross-chain messaging, the viability of this. The vision of .sama is coming to fruition, with channels being opened up on Kusama between StateMine and Moonriver. The blueprints are there to do the same with State Mint and Moonbeam. and other chains on top. So not only that, but once the channel between Kusama and Polkadot is opened, true cross-chain message passing will automatically come into effect, allowing tokens such as Remap to seamlessly flow from one chain to the next. So we're going to see the powerful use of cross-chain interoperability via this. And finally, on the issue of branding, people just care about Polkadot's brand. Popular, hyped, it's been under development for a while. And you've seen this ecosystem staple, the branding combined with something rare, shipping, you get a very killer combo. And ship they did, this killer combo has forkless upgrades, proof of stake, and on-chain governance. This is a tech combo stronger on launch day than any of the other L1 alternatives right now, and it's just getting started. So as he says, he's super duper hyped about Moonbeam. This is going to be a very special layer 1 blockchain. There are a few things to highlight with this over the coming weeks though that I wanted to dive into. I am very, very bullish on Glimmer token and Moonbeam in general with what it's going to do. They've got loads of partnerships already stacked up. But one thing to be aware of here is that there was this pre-sale to these Take Flight participants. So this was a community event with 80 million Glimmer actually going on sale for 25 cents per Glimmer. Minimum contribution was $500. So these people bought in for $500, got 2,000 Glimmer, and that's worth 20K right now. So when these get released, which is 40 days after the network goes live, as it says here, well, there's a likelihood that they're going to get dumped because there's no vesting. There's no vesting and they've just made insane profit. $500 to $20,000. You've got to expect a load of these get sold. And so we're going to see the total supply of Moonbeam go up from roughly 65 million coins in month 1 to 190 million in month 2. So just something to bear in mind here. It's February the 20th is the date for this, and I do expect there to be a dump on that date due to the fact a load of these tokens get unlocked. I'll try and keep up to date with this to see if there's anything done in terms of people locking them up, suggesting they're not going to sell them all, but there doesn't seem to be any vesting period. They seem to be getting them all in one go, and thus there's going to be some sell pressure here. So that is something to bear in mind with this. It could be a good opportunity to scoop some up at very low prices because long term I expect Moonbeam and the Glimmer token to be absolutely epic. And then finally we have Astar, their token going live today. Within the last few minutes, actually, as I'm filming, Astar is now live here over on OKX. They launched Ignition event over the weekend where they talked through their upcoming milestones and what they have planned for 2022. This was another parachain I participated with, so I'll be checking to see my tokens as they come in right now. So there we have it, an update across the crypto sphere, NFTs, DeFi, Polkadot and Luna all covered in this one. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like the video, drop me a comment down below. If I've missed anything or you've got anything to add, drop it down below. It's always good to see your feedback and comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.